one big thing.
It was a memorable moment to be sure. Matt Harvey and the Mets led Kansas City 2-0 in Game 5 of the World Series. Harvey had just completed the top of the 8th when he was told his night was over. No way, he barked at manager Terry Collins. Had it worked out, it's the type of moment that becomes legendary. The ace, who you'll recall was under an innings count that season imposed by his agent, who wouldn't give up the ball, went the distance, and won a season-saving World Series game. Only that's not how it went. Harvey was charged with 2 earned in the 9th. The Royals then scored 5 in the 12th to win the game and the World Series. Fast forward a turbulent year and a half, and Harvey's been suspended by the team over what at best can be called a communication lapse. He was supposed to start Sunday. Instead, he was suspended without pay for 3 days over what happened Saturday. I would caution there's only so much we ever really know about a story, but the Cliff's Notes involved playing golf and a migraine which kept him at home rather than going to the ballpark. The Mets reportedly sent security to check on him late Saturday night. Terry Collins, his manager, said Monday Harvey, quote, needs to address some guys, close quote, when he comes back. Now, this just adds to a lengthy list of issues, both for Harvey and the Mets, that continue to clumsily play themselves out. I'm looking at this chapter specifically as it relates to Harvey. Handsome and talented, he's the kind of guy who New York City could easily turn into something more than just a pitcher. He embraced the nickname the Dark Knight. He was an all-star game starter on his home field in New York, but he's had injuries, and the details of his life often played out in the pages of the city's tabloids. New York City can also eat you alive with chatter and rumor. As an aside, how Derek Jeter managed to navigate the boroughs of New York City for as long as he did with so little in the way of scandal will always be the most amazing thing he accomplished to me. Harvey's only 28. This is hardly his professional obituary, but I see a guy who's now basically a .500 career pitcher, and I wonder, is the circus really worth it? So I asked Met fans, and I know a bunch. These aren't lunatic sports radio callers. These are sharp folks. Admittedly, it's far from scientific, but these are the exact same people who were foaming at the mouth a few years ago over who they thought Harvey would be. Here's some quotes. I'm done with him. He's a moron. I'm sick of this. Trade while there's still a little value. This is strike 10. He showed his true colors. The only dissenting opinion was one guy offering up a feeble, maybe this wakes him up, which he immediately followed with probably not. For me, I don't want to hear about wake-up calls. He's had them. He slept through them. They're known as the Amazing Mets. This chapter with yet another arm who was going to be the king of New York certainly is. And it's another cautionary tale about how the lights of New York City melt far more than they illuminate.